Be quiet.
Ma'am,
Good evening.
buenas noches. Buenas noches.
Something like that.
Okay, let's get this party started. Okay, US equities today, aka stocks, were green across the board. From the Dow Jones to the VIX, everything was green. Um, the Dow Jones and the S&P were not over 1%, but the NASDAQ was. Russell 2K was above, close to almost 2%, but barely. And then the VIX was green, uh, close to 2.5%, 50%. For tomorrow's chain of events, we got a little bit of a mixed bag. Dow futures, really not that much if you think about it. It hasn't really decreased or just slightly. I would say it's just flat at the moment, and even the Nasdaq. So yeah, that's up for tomorrow. This week is gonna be a big event in terms of earnings. We got Microsoft, Google. Let's see what else. Mañana, after the close, AMD, Microsoft, Google, Starbucks, and a couple. So it's going to be a heavy, interesting day, especially in the close of the market. That's it for that summary. Okay, hold on a second. Let me close this out. Let me close this out. Let's focus on the quotes. Okay. All right, so the winners of the day was Lucid. This obviously was a squeeze because this was like, in gutter land. And it's gonna go to La La Land later, but it might have it just did it basically anything that was crappy did a big squeeze today. So you will see Carvana, Coin, Rivian, and Piton going excessively high. But as you can see from this, it's not a good stock. Anyway, this will potentially go down at some point. So it would be this would be a great short because it was what, $1 and now it's $3. Open went cray too. I'm very bad in this right now, close to $814. It pulled a right one on me, but this too shall pass. Coin as well went up, Vana, Square, Rivian. So anything that was suspectly gone down for a long time went up the yin yang. EBC, let's take a look at that because that's more important. Okay. So the reason this went up is because I think it had earnings today. Let's see, EBC. Okay, so the top line, which is revenue, aka sales, were decent. The top line was good, but the bottom line was bad. 50% less than expected. So it missed revenue yet again. Sorry, earnings. This one actually didn't miss. So even with that miss, it did a grandeur, fabulous. It surpassed expectations, I guess, and it went to 1477 at the end of the day. And this was caused maybe by the momentum of the market and also maybe the momentum of earnings. Because let's see.
Do you think this might be a good short for tomorrow?
Uh it's a little extra. Let's see. Let me look at it. A lot of things. Okay, so if we look at it on the daily, it's at a resistance. If it gets to 15, then yes, definitely short it at 15, I would say. Let it get to that 15 rejection area, it would be great. So yeah, this could potentially get up to 16.
I'm
But
talking
yeah,
about for a day trade at least.
yes, if it pops up to 15 tomorrow or so, I would
But
say
why would it pop up to 15 if it went up
it could go
today,
up a little bit and then go down.
Elisa? I think it
Okay,
would
then
go
put it
down.
on the notes, but I don't have energy to argue. Just put it on the notes and I think it will be fine.
Okay, because I'm thinking day, not long term.
Huh?
I'm thinking day, not long. I just don't know if it will pop up to 15. That's all I'm
I say if it goes pop-ups to
saying.
15 or
Before
so,
we
even now, because usually what happens is you get it now, it does a little bit higher up and it could go down. So yeah, I would say put it on the notes 1477. It didn't have great earnings. It missed earnings, but yeah, it popped up. So yeah, it's a good short. Okay, Piton will skip. It went up the yin yang too, but not as cray cray as the others. Tesla, this is why Lucid went up so much because Tesla did a little like pull up and it's at this, level that it popped up. But notice the candle itself wasn't that strong. But it could fill the gap at some point. Okay, so NVDA has earnings. Oh, DraftKings. DraftKings did above 5%. Um, as well as Tesla. This thing was a little beast of a beast today, 5% up. Everything was up today. So you should have just gone long today. No need to short today. But yes, it was fabulous for DraftKings. Um, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. DKNG. So yeah, if it dipped down at the beginning of the day, but if you got the low, which was here 37.74, and basically up even the post market, you would have done fabuloso. Um, there was something going on with this, some news with this. I have to look it up. Okay, Nvidia reports in 23 days. The chips are still going mega strong, mega exaggerated, mega heavy. But hey, if it wants to continue to go up, who am I? I don't know anything. It's going to continue to go up until it doesn't. So in the meantime, NVDA is at all-time highs. And it's going to continue bumping up every day until it hits a wall. But for the time being, it likes the 630 area between 600 and 630. Let's see if it gets to 640 tomorrow, which I don't see why it wouldn't. It moves about $17 a day. And yeah, the trend is your friend. It's still going up. I don't see any area consolidation, except maybe now a little bit, but the trend itself is moving up the upward. Just be careful with this. You can still continue to go long, but when you see a turnaround, just get out. Meta, same idea. This has earnings in 3 days, so that's gonna be Thursday, I believe. This should be very interesting. This is not at all-time highs, but I believe that we'll be making money. So, this thing can still go get going. Oh, yes, it's all-time highs. So, yep, surpassed the 350 already. It's here. Why not? Why I don't see why it wouldn't continue to go up if it has good earnings. So just keep your if you buy this, just keep it in line. That's all. But yes, it had a fabulous day today again. And everything you will see today will be mostly green anyway. So it's just the trend is gonna be like that. ASML following along the chips. I'm not gonna go over that. We already talked about NVDA. Uber 2.2%. Microsoft 220 again. This one is gonna be very volatile, or I'll have a lot of volume tomorrow. So as you can see, it's going up, slightly went down, when it was going to close at the end of the post market. But again, I don't see why this wouldn't go up unless, they're trying to trick people now. So yeah, we'll see how much it jumps in the pre-market tomorrow and how it goes with earnings. Time will tell. Visa went up to that 273 area that we had identified. So there's the opportunity again. Um, it went back to this area, 274. The high was 275. It rejected that. We'll keep an eye on this too because it's at the all-time highs. We'll short it when it gives us a signal that is about to be shorted. But so far right now, in the last couple of days, earnings were decent, yet it went down and then it picked right back up. So yeah, you can see that the trend is going upward, at least the next 2 days. The last 2 days have been going up. Amazon, also on Thursday, that's going to be a big day. The trend is up, of course, as part of the Magnificent Siete. Let's double check if it's at all-time highs. No, it's not at all-time highs, but it could get to that area soon if it keeps with the momentum. So yeah, let's see if it gets to this 170 area soon. It moves about $3 a day, but maybe with the earnings, it'll shoot up and get to this area of where we said 170 or so. MU, we'll skip that. Starbucks has earnings tomorrow. Let's just look at the trend real quick. This has been going down. This hasn't been doing too well because it has a lot of stuff in China, and China affects it. Some of the sales in this, you could see that it had good earnings last time, popped up, and then it went down. After earnings, it could also pop up again if it has even better earnings. So, but the trend is kind of, yeah, this one is lower, but I think it could pop up. Let's just see what happens. Time will tell. Nikete, up 1%. Oh, AMD, I forgot. AMD, very important. Tomorrow earnings. Very doing the same dance as NVDA, where is at all-time highs, kind of making a consolidation area here. If you notice, it was a red candle, but trying to force itself up, was very volatile and very crazy in the morning, very choppy and kind of like going all over the place, sort of up and down, up and down. But ultimately, it picked up around 130 or 230, and then it just went straight up. So yeah, let's see how it reports tomorrow. I don't see why this wouldn't report good. Did it have good earnings last time? Yes. And yes, so why wouldn't it have good earnings now, especially with the whole AI hype? So you can potentially see that this could go up, but they like to trick people as well, where it's like, oh, they have good earnings, but they slam it down and then they bring it back up. Nikete, and aka Nike, picked up a little bit today, 0.92% up, still in this kind of low range going down sort of thing. So maybe if it does a U, and it gets to this 109, that would be amazing because then it could start filling this gap up, and then you can ride it up to 120. So hopefully it's starting to do a little smiley face and it picks up for you guys. Google, again, mañana, very important after close. I think this is gonna do great too. It hasn't missed earnings. It always does better. So again, I don't see why it would do bad, especially with the hypes again. So yeah, let's see if this is at all-time highs. Yep, so it's at all-time highs. I can anticipate moving it more than $3 or so. Let's see if it does, and see what happens. Netflix, there was some news regarding, I believe, the CEO, which is down here. I think he sold some stock or something. Let's see. I'll find it later. But yes, he sold some shares or whatnot. And not sure if that's making it go up or go down, but this already had earnings. It had a gap up. I feel like it's going to get to 600 at the rate that it's going, especially with that big gap up. It's a signal of a bullish trend. So 600 is an important psychological level, and I already surpassed this 500 psychological level. The next area is 600. So, and it's close to it, $25. Why wouldn't it get there? It moves about $18 to $19 per day. And if the market is momentum up, you can bet yourself that it's going to get to $600. Sam, no comment. Intel had a bad earnings or bad day the other day where it is gapping down. I think it was something with the guidance, but overall, the sales, aka revenues, were decent and earnings were good. So it must have been something with the guidance or something in the call that ultimately made this go down because all of the chips are up. It's below the 50 and it's not reaching the 200. So this thing could reach this level here, maybe potentially 38. Grab it while you can, because I think the government has a lot of interest in this company as someone predicted. So yeah, just wait till it goes down and maybe get a few shares at 40, then see if it goes to 38 and get a few more shares. Okay, Banco. So it didn't do bad, but it didn't do great. I think this was based on the momentum of the market, but it wasn't as straight line as EBC. So EBC did better overall because it had earnings, but it moved up. So
Coming up.
it already passed Bank of America. AZO, we'll skip Walmart. We'll just take a look at the daily. Okay, so again, it's this is weird because the 200 is gonna cross the 50, but it might not, maybe. But based on this, it's just going up and it's gonna fill this gap. So it has $5 to go. So in the next 5 days, it's gonna get there. So just get some and see if it reaches 170. A Dollar Tree is coming up in 30 days. So 1 month from now, we'll know the outcome of this results. Okay. It's been kind of heading downward. Haro's been going up. I have a few shares of this, just 3 at the moment. See if it gets to 180 mañana or so, maybe get a few more shares. But it's below the 50, below the 200, but it's gonna drop like a hot potato at some point and get back to this 150. And that's if you get it at 80, that's $30 per share. Just saying. I'm just saying. It might be a good opportunity for people, aka people, to get this shorty short. McDonald's. Okay, doing a little U-turn, a little upside down V here. Has been very strong. It's not part of the Magnificent Seven. Obviously, it's not a tech stock, but it's a traditional food industry that everybody knows its names, kind of like Cheers. So yeah, I don't see if it keeps on this momentum down because of the winter. Would be kind of nice if it goes down here. That would be amazing, but it's McDonald's. It rejected that 300, so obviously, 1, 2, 3 or so, If it pops back up, it's going to go above 300, but hopefully it goes down. I would like to get it at 250 if possible, or, that would be amazing. But hey, I didn't get it when it was down here. So, meaty, fresh pet, they didn't do that awesome. This has earnings in a month or so. I was looking at the financials on this, and so far they've been doing good every quarter. So hopefully it's not as good as I think they're gonna do. So, but we'll continue to observe this. Meaty, this is gonna go to Gutterland. But we'll wait to get some more when it pops up. Boeing, stepping down every day ever since that news. It's just been, in Gutterville. And even now, on a strong day, it was negative, even though it looked like it was bouncing up a little bit. So, this would be a great area to get it. 200. If it goes down tomorrow, I don't, you know, get some. I think it has earnings tomorrow. Let's see. Yes. Oh no, 2 days, 2 days from now. So we'll see how this pans out for Boeing. It could shoot up to the sky, who knows, but maybe it could drop down here with the earnings if the earnings are bad. Get down here to this 177 level. You never know. Dickety dicks. We'll take a look. Still here. Okay, still here. It's creating a consolidation area of support. It could shoot up to the sky, or it could be rejected down. I have a feeling that it will go up at some point, but I'm not sure when it's earning. So we got maybe a month away or so. Let's look at Apple. So Apple was part of the Magnificent Seven. It didn't go up at all today as the others. It kind of went down from the beginning of the day, level set it, kind of started doing a little mini steps, baby steps. Then it picked up with the momentum of the market, and then notice that is in the post market is going down instead of up like the others. So that's not good. But they could have grandeur earnings anyway because it's Apple. So, it could be deceiving you. So it's going down, and it might be a good buying opportunity at this 190. If it has bad earnings, then it will continue to go down, but I'm not sure we'll have bad earnings. This thing never has bad earnings. So I don't know why would it miss it. Maybe the sales of the iPhone 15 weren't that great, but Daniel Shea is long on this. So hint, hint, knock, knock, nod, nod. Walgreens, Macy's loser of the dia. Poor Macy's has been going down, but yeah, if it gets back down here below 15, this is a good area to buy here at 12. Let's see if it gets there at some point in the summertime or so. American Airlines had a reversal after it went cray after earnings, stepping down. I like it below 14, so hopefully it gets down there. It's been going kind of cray the last couple of days. And Wayfee, close to 2%, but we won't show the chart. And that's basically it. I don't have anything else to share except maybe finalizing the 12 basic principles of the financial. Did I finish last time? Let's see.
I don't know.
I think, oh, okay. So I have the last one. Accrual basis of presentation. I'm just going to read the first paragraph because it has a lot of paragraphs. Accrual basis of presentation. This concept is very important to understand. Accountants translate into dollars or profits or loss all the money making or losing activities that may take place during a fiscal period. In accrual accounting, if a business action in a period makes money, then all its products, costs, and its business expenses should be reported in that period. Otherwise, profits and losses could flop around depending on which period entries were made. In accrual accounting, this documentation is accomplished by matching for presentation, 1, the revenue received in selling the product, and 2, the cost to make that specific product sold. Fiscal period expenses such as selling, legal, and administrative, and so forth are then subtracted. Key to accrual accounting is determining one, when you may report a sale on the financial statements, and two, matching and then reporting the appropriate cost of products sold, and three, using a systematic and rational method, allocating all the other costs of being in business for the period. We will deal with each point separately. So I will do that in the next, the next segment of my turn. That's all I have. And good luck tomorrow. Let's see how Three Magnificent do tomorrow. That's it.
What are the three magnificent that are having earnings tomorrow?
Okay, I will say it again. Let's see. Magnificent number one, Microsoft. Magnificent number two, Google. And magnificent number three, oh, it's not here. AMD. I have AMD, but that's not a magnificent seven. Also tomorrow on deck is Pfizer, UPS, JetBlue. Let's see what else. Starbucks. So yes, those two.
Wednesday.
So those two of Magnificent Seven will be reporting tomorrow.
Okay.
For Wednesday, we got, let's see, Boeing in the morning, Hess, Boston Scientific. We got Aflac in the afternoon, MetLife, a bunch of like insurance people. Then Thursday, we have the wonderful Magnificent Seven, including Peloton. Peloton in the morning, Amazon in the afternoon, Apple in the afternoon, and
What's so
Meta.
funny?
Because it's not part of the Magnificent Seven, Peloton, obviously.
Oh,
But it's with but it's gonna report with three magnificents. So Apple, Amazon, and Meta on
okay.
Thursday. And Friday we got Chevron, ExxonMobil, Cigna, and Grainer. So that's it. That's all I got for you.
Grazie.
The Nadi. I'll talk to you.
Are we gonna end early or that's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna earn early. I've been on working on nonstop all day.
Yes.
I'll talk to you later. I'll call you in a minute.
Peace out.
Peace out.